Welcome back to the Deep Dive. You guys know I love a good mystery. And today we're going deep on one that's both fascinating and maybe a little spooky. Reincarnation.
Oh, yeah, reincarnation.
But specifically, how it might connect to solving real-life mysteries. You guys sent in some incredible cases, and we are excited to unpack them together. And these aren't just ghost stories. We're talking about real people.
Real people.
Often young children, whose memories of past lives seem to have, cracked open cold cases and revealed hidden truths.
Yeah, it's that intersection of personal experience and, hard facts that make these cases so captivating. We're not dealing with just vague feelings here. It's specific names, dates, locations, all things that can be investigated and corroborated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start in India with the story of Taranjit Singh, a young boy who vividly remembered a past life that ended in a motorcycle accident. But he didn't just remember the accident itself. He recalled the serial number of the motorcycle and the name of a nearby town. I mean, how specific can you get?
It's pretty wild, right? And I think it's important to remember the cultural context here. In India, reincarnation is a widely held belief. So these types of stories aren't met with the same skepticism, that you might find in other parts of the world.
Right. It's almost woven into the fabric of their society. So Taranjit's family, though initially skeptical, decided to investigate. They traveled to the town he kept mentioning and, incredibly, found the grieving family of a man who had died in a motorcycle accident, exactly as Taranjit described.
I can chat you the emotional impact
Okay.
on both families, the grief, the shock, and then this potential connection to a loved one thought lost. I mean, it makes you wonder about the ripple effects these experiences have on everyone involved.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears and head over to the United States. This is the case of James Leninger, a young boy who had recurring nightmares about being a World War II pilot shot down over the Pacific. And like Taranjit, James's memories were incredibly specific. He remembered the model of the plane, details about the mission, even the location of the crash site.
Wow.
Yeah.
These cases often contain details so precise that they just defy conventional explanations. In James's case, the level of detail prompted his parents to dig deeper. They managed to contact the deceased pilot's family and uncovered something truly astonishing.
Okay, so this is like something out of a movie. James accurately recalled details that only close family members would have known. Names, events, personal stories. I mean, you have to wonder, how could a young boy possess such information if he hadn't actually lived through it?
That's the question, isn't it? Some psychologists suggest that young children are highly impressionable and might be subconsciously absorbing information from their surroundings. But how do you explain specific details that even the parents were unaware of? It's a question that continues to puzzle researchers.
Okay, so we've got these two cases, thousands of miles apart, both involving young children with strikingly detailed memories of past lives. I mean, it really makes you question what we know about memory, consciousness, and maybe even what happens after we die.
Yeah, it really does. These stories sort of remind us that what we perceive as reality might be just a small fraction of what's truly out there. There might be layers of experience and consciousness that we're only beginning to understand.
So you might be thinking, okay, these cases are interesting, but is there any concrete evidence to support the idea of reincarnation? Well, that's where things get even more complicated.
Yeah.
There's no scientific consensus on reincarnation, but these stories force us to confront some uncomfortable questions.
They do. What if consciousness isn't confined to our physical bodies? What if our memories are more like echoes, resonating across lifetimes? These cases, even if approached with a healthy dose of skepticism, challenge us to expand our understanding of what might be possible.
And that's what makes this deep dive so intriguing. We're dealing with a topic that science can't fully explain, yet these personal accounts are too detailed, too compelling to simply dismiss.
I agree.
So where do we go from here?
Well, let's delve into another case that might send chills down your spine. This one takes us to Colorado, where a young girl named Hannah had a recurring feeling that she had lived in a nearby town in a past life.
And this wasn't just a vague feeling right now. Hannah's memories evolved into something much more disturbing. As she got older, she began to recall details of a life cut short, a life that ended tragically, possibly through foul play.
It's fascinating how these memories often unfold gradually, like pieces of a puzzle slowly falling into place.
And the pieces of Hannah's puzzle were dark. She described the person she believed was responsible, and even mentioned a location, where evidence might be hidden. Imagine being her parents. Hearing your young daughter recount such chilling details, it must have been terrifying.
This case goes beyond just remembering a past life. It raises questions about the influence those memories might have on our present lives, our emotions, our intuition. Could Hannah's feelings have been guiding her toward uncovering a hidden truth?
It's a question that haunted Hannah's family. They eventually decided to contact the authorities. And guess what? Hannah's memories breathed new life into a cold case that had baffled investigators for years.
Sometimes the most unexpected details can unlock a mystery that has remained unsolved for decades. A child's seemingly insignificant memory could be the key to cracking a case wide open. And that's exactly what happened here.
And that brings us to our final case for today. This one takes us to Syria, to a 3-year-old boy from a Druze community who stunned his family and community with his claims.
The Druze faith has its own unique beliefs about reincarnation. They believe that reincarnation occurs immediately after death, often within the same family or community. It's a cycle of rebirth that's deeply ingrained in their culture and spirituality.
So imagine the shock when this young boy started recounting vivid memories of a past life that ended violently. Not only did he remember the person responsible, he pointed to the exact spot where he claimed his remains would be found.
It's a story that blends cultural beliefs with a seemingly impossible event. It makes you wonder, could this be a genuine case of a soul returning to its community, seeking some form of closure or justice?
Well, his family was certainly taken aback. They eventually decided to involve the authorities. And what happened next is simply unbelievable. They excavated the site the boy had identified and incredibly discovered human remains, exactly where he had indicated.
The discovery of those remains was a pivotal moment. It lent credibility to the boy's claims and prompted investigators to question the individual he had named.
And the result? A confession. The mystery was solved, thanks to the seemingly impossible memories of a 3-year-old boy.
It's a story that highlights the power of memory, even when it transcends our conventional understanding of time and life.
We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive, and it's clear that these cases are anything but ordinary.
We've journeyed across continents, exploring 4 distinct cases that challenge our understanding of consciousness, memory, and the very nature of reality.
And we're just getting started. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've just explored some truly mind-bending cases, where children's memories of past lives seemingly help solve mysteries. Now you might be wondering, how do these stories fit into our current understanding of the world?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. While science hasn't fully embraced the concept of reincarnation, these cases present compelling anecdotes that are hard to ignore.
Right, they make us question everything we thought we knew about life and death. So let's dive deeper into the implications of these cases. What can we learn from them?
Well, I think one of the most striking takeaways is the power of the subconscious mind. These children, often very young, recall intricate details they couldn't have learned through normal means. It suggests that our minds might be capable of storing and accessing information far beyond our conscious awareness.
That's a fascinating point. It's like there's this whole hidden world of memories and experiences just beneath the surface.
Exactly. And these cases provide a glimpse into that hidden world. They challenge us to reconsider the limits of human consciousness and memory.
It's like we're only scratching the surface of what our minds are truly capable of.
Precisely. And this leads to another intriguing question. If these are genuine memories of past lives, what does it tell us about the nature of the soul or consciousness?
It kind of blows your mind, right? Could our consciousness exist beyond our physical bodies? Perhaps moving from one life to the next, carrying with it fragments of memories and experiences.
These cases, even if viewed with a healthy dose of skepticism, raise those profound existential questions. They force us to confront the mysteries of life, death, and what might lie beyond.
It's both exhilarating and a little unnerving, isn't it?
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment and consider a different angle. What about the potential benefits of exploring past life memories? Could they offer more than just solving mysteries?
Oh, absolutely. Some proponents of past life regression therapy believe that accessing these memories can help individuals understand and overcome present-day challenges. They suggest that past life trauma or unresolved issues could manifest in our current lives as fears, phobias, or even physical ailments.
So it's like those past life experiences could be holding us back in ways we don't even realize.
Precisely. And by uncovering and addressing those past life issues, individuals might find relief and healing in their current lives.
It's like untangling the threads of our past to create a better present, a more fulfilling future. But of course, there are also potential risks involved, right?
Yeah. Definitely. It's crucial to approach past life exploration with caution. While some individuals report profound healing experiences, others might encounter emotionally charged memories that they're not equipped to handle.
That makes sense. It's like opening a Pandora's box of memories. You never know what might come out. So it's crucial to have the proper guidance and support if you're considering exploring past life memories.
Absolutely. Working with a qualified therapist or counselor who specializes in past life regression is essential.
Now let's circle back to the cases we discussed earlier. We've heard stories from different cultures and backgrounds, all pointing towards the possibility of reincarnation. What are some of the common threads that emerge from these accounts?
Well, one common theme is the age of the individuals involved. Many of these cases involve young children who haven't yet developed a strong sense of self or a complex understanding of the world. This raises questions about the influence of culture, suggestion, or imagination.
Right. Some skeptics might argue that these children are simply mimicking stories they've heard, or creating elaborate fantasies.
Exactly. But then how do we explain the specific details that are corroborated by independent sources? The names, dates, locations, these elements go beyond a child's typical imagination.
It's like there's this tension between what we rationally understand and what these experiences suggest.
And that tension is at the heart of the reincarnation debate.
It's a fascinating dilemma. But let's not forget the emotional impact of these stories. Imagine being the parent of a child who recounts these vivid memories of a past life. It must be both awe-inspiring and terrifying.
Absolutely. And the families involved often go through a roller coaster of emotions. Disbelief, skepticism, fear, and eventually perhaps a sense of connection or closure.
Especially in cases where the child's memories help solve a crime or provide answers to a long-standing mystery. That must bring a whole new level of complexity to the situation.
It's a reminder that these aren't just abstract concepts or philosophical debates. They have real-world consequences and profound emotional implications for those involved.
And these cases, even if we can't fully explain them scientifically, force us to confront the bigger picture of life and death.
They challenge us to consider the possibility that our current understanding might be limited, and that there might be more to our existence than meets the eye.
And perhaps they invite us to approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity, acknowledging that there are mysteries we may never fully unravel.
But the journey of exploration, the pursuit of understanding, is what makes life so captivating.
We've delved deep into the implications of these cases, exploring the psychological, even ethical dimensions.
We've examined the potential benefits and risks of exploring past life memories, and highlighted the profound emotional impact these experiences can have on individuals and families.
Now, as we head into the final part of our deep dive, it's time to turn our attention back to you, our listener. What resonates with you most about these stories? What questions are still swirling in your mind?
Perhaps these cases have sparked a newfound curiosity about the mysteries of the human mind, the possibility of life beyond death, or even the very nature of consciousness.
Or maybe they've prompted you to reflect on your own life experiences, to consider the possibility that there's more to our existence than we currently understand.
Whatever your takeaway, we encourage you to keep exploring, to keep questioning, and to keep an open mind to the vast possibilities that life, and perhaps even death, hold.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll wrap up this fascinating exploration and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into reincarnation and unsolved mysteries. We've journeyed from India to the United States, from Colorado to Syria, exploring cases that blur the lines between reality and what we thought was possible.
Yeah, we've encountered children with memories so vivid, so detailed. They seem to just defy conventional explanations. Memories that have unlocked cold cases, brought solace to grieving families, and left us grappling with these profound questions about life, death, and the very nature of consciousness.
It's been quite a journey. And you know, after all these stories, I can't help but wonder if there's a common thread that connects them all. What do you think?
I think what's striking is the emotional resonance of these stories. You know, regardless of cultural background or belief system, these cases tap into a universal human fascination.
Explore the work of scientists and researchers who are studying consciousness and the mysteries of the brain.
Whatever your takeaway, we hope this deep dive has ignited your curiosity, challenged your assumptions, and perhaps even offered a glimpse into the vast realm of possibilities that lie beyond our everyday experience.
We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, but there's something truly captivating about these stories that touch on the profound mysteries of life and death.
They remind us that there's still so much we don't know, So much we have yet to discover, and that in itself is a source of wonder and inspiration.
So as we conclude our journey into the world of reincarnation and unsolved mysteries, we encourage you to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep an open mind to the possibilities that lie beyond the realm of the ordinary. Who knows what fascinating discoveries await us just around the corner?
And remember, the search for understanding, the pursuit of knowledge, is a journey without a final destination. It's the exploration itself, the open-minded inquiry, that enriches our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.